Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi here, and this is part 4 to What If Naruto is Kaguya-san and Neglected. Before we begin, I want to thank you for helping me reach 1000 subscribers, and yeah, so basically I'll be doing a 1000 sub special, and once I unlock my community tab, I'll be asking you which special you want. I got a few ideas, and yeah, whichever one gets the most, we will do. Okay, so where we last left off was Naruto beating Mito and nearly killing her, but she was healed by Tsunade, and Menma getting destroyed by Rias. Gaara was captured by Naruto, while the Two Tails and Three Tails were captured by the other members. Konoha 11 and the senseis and the Sannin and Naruto's human parents were beaten. So let's begin. At Konoha, time skip a month from what happened in the last part. During the past month, Minato had made a new Team 7, which consisted of Menma, Mito and Sasuke, led by Krishna. Kakashi had joined a special team with the sole purpose of retrieving Naruto, the traitor. The retrieval team consisted of Jiraiya, Tsunade and Kakashi. Kakashi on the other hand had grown. He'd become one of the new Sanins. He got a Cerebus contract and he had became one of the strongest Sanins. Actually, is the strongest Sanins. He easily beat Jiraiya with his 1000 techniques. Also, when Naruto knocked out Kakashi, he channeled a bit of his Otsutsuki chakra into Kakashi's eyes, letting him activate and reactivate the Sharingan. It also gave him the Sharingan in his other normal eye. This pissed off Sasuke to a great degree because he hasn't even unlocked the Sharingan yet, but None Uchiha has unlocked it. Minato was remembering how Wave acted when they found out Naruto left. They tore up their alliance contract and said that if our hero Naruto isn't here, then we will charge you extra for trading. He also remembered how Ma and Pa told them about Naruto. They confirmed that Naruto was a god and that he was the son of Kaguya, the goddess of chakra. This scared Minato and Krishna, who they thought can easily kill them. They then made a decision to try and get him back and treat him good, or act like they treat him good, so that Menma and Mito won't be attacked, and because they need Menma and Mito because they still believe that they are the child of prophecy. Menma then remembered what had transpired a few weeks ago. Sasuke tried to go rogue but was stopped by him, and it was then that he had an agreement to train Team 7, but in return Sasuke would swear undying loyalty to the village, and there would be a caged bird seal placed on him to prevent this from happening. Otherwise, they threatened that they would just kill him and pardon Itachi. Sasuke chose option 1 because he, Krishna, Jiraiya and Tsunade trained him, but Kakashi refused, saying that he was not going to train a team that did not like Naruto. This got Minato angry. Minato was now getting ready for the Kage summit. He knew that it was about the traitor Naruto and the Akatsuki. Minato also looked outside and he saw the whole villager partying, which he joined in sometimes. This was because of Naruto's departure. For the past month, there had been parties and they called it the Festival of Freedom. He also remembered how Hinata hated Naruto. This was due to him being the reason that she was set to be Neji's slave, as Neji now became the clan head. Neji was thankful for Naruto because he killed the main branch, but he was also mad at Naruto because he killed all of the side branch, which was Neji's family. Neji also became Hyuga head and had tortured Hinata for revenge for the side branch, but Minato put an end to it, banning Neji from hurting her. Neji then demanded Naruto to be put in the bingo book, but Minato refused, saying it would look bad on the village and his family. But in actuality, he was terrified that Naruto could destroy him and the village with ease. Menma wanted to help the village, vowed he would bring the demon back for justice and to be used as breeding stock for the Tensegon. Menma wanted Naruto to be punished for Hinata. Mito was ashamed and was regretting her actions. She always read how Uzumaki cared for family, but she remembered how she treated Naruto like a disease. She also was disgusted by her family now, how they saw Naruto as a threat, a tool. The good half of Kyuubi, which was sealed in her, helped convince her that her brother can still be saved, and the reason the Kyuubi did that was because he felt that Naruto was related to Hagoromo, which he was, as he was basically his brother. The Kyuubi then also helped train Mito. Sasuke wants to surpass Naruto, finding out that Naruto was a god and that all chakra originated from his mother. This pissed him off to a certain degree because Sasuke knew that Naruto could kill Itachi anytime he wanted to. Minato now stood before his gods, who were the 3 new Sannin, which was Kakashi, Jiraiya and Tsunade, Team 7 and Krishna. Now let's skip to the summit. So, Raikage, why have you called us here? I presume it's because of what happened in the tuning exams, Oniki said. Yes, Minato, your son, kidnapped the One Tails Jinchuriki and joined the Akatsuki, while his teammates stole and killed my adopted daughter Yugito, said A, releasing his anger. Don't forget my niece, said Mai, as both Minato and Gaara stayed silent. I'm also outraged you haven't put a bounty on him. Yeah, just because he's your son does not excuse him. He committed a crime, Minato. He went up against one, or not even one, the three of the villages. Why are you angry, Gaara? You've lost your only tailed beast. Your village is now the weakest of the great 5 nations. And Minato, I heard how you hated Naruto, yet you still let him walk free without a bounty? For what? Just to keep your reputation high? I'm enraged as you are, but Minato helped me, said Gaara. Minato also helped me become human, which is why I'm not angry at him right now. I know it's Naruto. Naruto acted to his own accord. You cannot blame Minato, Gaara said. Oh, okay then. But Minato, you have stayed awfully silent. Why isn't your traitor's son in the bingo book? It's funny how all the strong Konoha shinobis become traitor, Madara, Itachi, and let's not forget your son, the biggest threat of them all, he said. My village needs to be repaired, and we fixed all of the attention on that, so we never had enough time to think about Naruto, Minato replied with an excuse. Fine then, I start a vote to add Naruto and his partner Rias to the bingo books as the S-class missing nin, A said. I agree, he hurt my niece, said Mai. He's part of terrorist group, so I agree, said Oniki. Sorry Minato, but your son made his choice. It was a bad choice, Gaara said. Don't worry about Gaara. I also agree that my traitor's son needs to be added to the bingo book as a S-class capture on site, said Minato. Oh, how cute. Look how popular I am, a voice said. When suddenly they heard, prepare for trouble and make it double to protect the world from devastation, to unite peoples with a nation. Naruto, Rias. Team Akatsuki will capture the Biju. Surrender them now or prepare to fight. Mew. That's right. As they saw Rias and Naruto come down from the ceiling with Mew in Rias' arms. Aw, how nice. You guys want me that much? Naruto said. Oi, Raikage, you're too obsessed in my husband. It's getting annoying, said Rias. Zetsu then came down and says, Naruto, Rias, stop acting like idiots. And brother, why did you interrupt them? We were getting the information we needed. Naruto then said, it won't be fun that way. And as he tells Rias to take care of the gods as she disappears and attacks the gods. Ai then charges at Naruto with his lightning armor as Naruto copies it with his Rinne Sharingan and lets Ai hit him as his barrier protects him. Oniki then uses his dust release, but it doesn't even phase Naruto. Then Mai and Gaara use a combination attack of boil, lava and sand release as Naruto uses Mewtwo's power to teleport out of the attack range. As Naruto then activates lightning armor and uses a mixture of lightning, dust and lava and boil and sand releases to attack the Kages. As Minato then teleports behind him and slaps on a gravity and movement restriction seal. Rias sees this and loses focus as Raikage charges towards Naruto. Rias is frozen. As they see this, Kakashi starts performing his hand signs as smoke then comes. When the smoke clears, they see Kakashi with a hand through him in front of Naruto. Naruto's eyes widens as he then hears Kakashi say, my son, I will always love and support you no matter what path you choose. And Kakashi then dies. Naruto's eyes then start to burn, his eyes then start to fuse. Now he had the Rinne Sharingan and the Tensei gun merged in both eyes. In the moon, Kaguya was shocked to see this. Never has something like this happen. My son is amazing, she thought. On the Otsutsuki planet, all Otsutsuki sensed a chakra beyond anything. Issihiki recognized it and said, my son, so you finally reached your true potential. Back on Earth, Naruto's chakra then begins to leak as his power skyrocketed. The entire elemental nations was covered in a glow as it sensed a huge power as Naruto's aura started to switch from blue to white. Naruto's power then started to rip holes in the ground as everybody near it was being sucked into a vacuum created by Naruto's power. As the ground began to rip and head towards the vacuum, the Kages could only look in fear as they felt a power that surpassed even the Shinigami, as Minato thought. Inside the bodies of the Jinchuriki, all tailed beasts felt a familiar yet different power. The power they sensed dwarfed that of the Sage of the Six Paths. For the first time they felt fear. Okay, so within the realms of the Sage of Six Paths, so little brother, you finally awakened. What power? It surpasses mine, mother's, and brothers combined. So this the power for pure blood, said the sage. As 2 figures were with him, one had long black hair and 2 Rinneguns in his eyes and was dressed in red armor, and the other was also wearing the same red armor but had the Senju sign on it. These figures were Madara and Hashirama, and behind them was Hiruzen. So this is the guy who will face, Madara said, excited. So little did Naruto know the sage had made a deal with the Shinigami after his sons were destroyed that he would train some shinobis for war that was dead, and in return the sage will give his soul to the Shinigami. He then explained to Madara how he was manipulated by Zetsu. Madara, calm down. This power, as we are now, surpasses us, said Hashirama. Don't forget, he also changed using your memories, Hiruzen then added on. As Hiruzen then thought, Minato Krishna, what kind of monster did you create? Back with Naruto. Naruto vanished with pure speed and appeared in front of the Raikage, his chakra destroying all the seals Minato placed on him as he jabbed the Raikage with a Chidori straight in the heart, killing him, as Killer Bee then screamed out in anger and started to attack Naruto, who just waved him off, sending him flying, as Naruto then started to laugh. Ha, you're weak. You just a little hand gesture, you go flying away. You're just as weak as your brother. You're lucky we don't need you right now, as he uses his Tensei Gun Blast to vaporize the 8 Tails arms that Killer Bee grew, as Jiraiya then charges at Naruto and says, you will return home and help your brothers and sisters complete their prophecy, and it's all your fault that Kakashi died, as Naruto then started to get angered. Did you just say it's my fault? No, it's Minato's fault. He's the one who put the seals on me. It's the Raikage's fault. He's the one who jabbed Kakashi. I'll destroy you all, you stupid Kages. As Minato then says, Naruto, Kakashi gave his life for you. Please reconsider, he wouldn't want this. Minato said, trying to act good in front of all the Kages. Naruto then responds with, Kakashi died because of you. And you expect me to just forgive you? You, the Raikage? No, I'll make you suffer. You will live right now, but I'll make sure that you suffer later on. And plus, Kakashi even said that he will support me no matter what. So, yeah. This pissed off Minato to a great degree, but he hid it. Naruto then goes to Kakashi's body, as he then uses his dojutsu to reverse time on Kakashi's body, and as Kakashi starts to heal, and he then wakes up and says, Naruto, how am I alive? This left everyone in shock. They just witnessed Naruto bringing someone back to life. Onuki then tries to attack Naruto while Naruto is helping Kakashi up, but Naruto just glares like the Jiren glare and sends Onuki flying back, as Naruto then starts to explain his birth and how he's the son of Kaguya, making every Kage fear him, as Jiraiya then shouted, stop this, Naruto, and then summons Ma and Pa and says, if I beat you, you will return quietly. Naruto then responds with, you're too weak, but if you could beat my summoning, then we will have a deal, as he then summons Greninja to fight the Toad Sage beast of Frog, a Pokemon Frog. Let's see who wins, Naruto says, as Jiraiya then uses his Toad mouth trap to trap Greninja, as Greninja uses Surf to break out, filling up the Toad's body, as Greninja then uses Water Shuriken to cut Jiraiya's body, but Jiraiya just about managed to avoid it from lethally damaging him. Jiraiya then comes up with 3 large Rasengans with Shadow Clones, and Greninja uses pure speed to avoid the Rasengans, as then Greninja uses Night Slash to end Jiraiya but not kill him. You act like you're strong, but I guess you're so weak you can't even beat a few summons, Naruto then said. Naruto, it's not too late to change your ways, Jiraiya shouted, as Naruto then yelled out, don't you have respect for your mother, father, siblings? All you are doing is hurting them. You act like a spoiled brat. Why are you trying to destroy the ninja world? Just because you had a bad childhood? I had a bad life. My husband or fiance died. My brother died. You don't see me trying to destroy the world, do you? No, you just run away from your problems. No, I face them head on and I destroy them, Naruto said. Your grandfather created a flawed system, and I will change it for the better. We, the Akatsuki, will change it for the better. We shall create a better world, Naruto said, as he one-punched Tsunade, sending her flying. Suddenly, a few stone shinobis came running in and said, Lord Onuki, our Jinchuriki was captured. Onuki was enraged and said, so this was your plan, to use the Kage meeting as a distraction while you catch my Jinchuriki? And Naruto said, yes, our plan worked. While I was here with Rias distracting you, a team of our Akatsuki members went to go and extract the 4 and 5 tails. But I'm not gonna lie, this was actually a good opportunity for me to see Kakashi die, help me get a power boost, new eyes, and also the ability to reverse time, which allowed me to save my dad Kakashi. Let's go, Naruto then said. As they were about to leave, Danzo and his root appeared. Minato, I knew you wouldn't be able to handle this. You let your emotions get in the way. And suddenly a black portal opens up and a man with a Shangun comes and then uses kaguya on the route sending onto a volcano. Minato then yells, "What are you doing here?" As the masked man then says, "I am Madara Uchiha and I have come for my students, Naruto and Rias." Naruto, I know we hurt you, but you can't seriously be joining the man that was responsible for the Nine Tails attack. Are you mad? Krishna screamed. Naruto and Rias just gave her the middle finger and left with the masked man. "Minato, your son is going to be added to the bingo book for killing my brother," Killer B said. "I agree with Killer B, but we will mark him as a SS class missing nin, as he was trained by Madara," Oniki said. Minato then accepted. "You little demon, we will now destroy you. You are not gonna get in the way of the prophecy." So guys, this is it, part 4. This part was kind of short because my recordings really like cut off. So yeah, next part I'll be adding how they captured the 5 tails while Naruto was there. And thanks for 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, once I get my community tab, I'll be asking you what you want for the 1K special. I got a few ideas planned out, but whichever one you want, we shall do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.